Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm starting out by using one of the poster board from the Dollar Tree, and what I did here, I used a piece of jute twine to tie on my pencil, and I'm just going to use that as a compass to make a half a circle. So then I'm going to use my scissors once I was done making my half a circle, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut where I trace. It's very hard for you guys to see as my workstation is white and the poster board is white. This technique reminds me of my high school days in technical drawing class and art and craft class. If it's your first time here, I want to say welcome, and I hope you'll join my YouTube family. You can do so by hitting that word that says subscribe, and also make sure you turn that notification bell on. This way you'll be the first to see my next upload. Oh yes, and guess what? It doesn't cost anything. Now that I'm done cutting out my half a circle, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a tip at the top, and I'm just going to fold the bottom in. And once I roll the bottom in, I just got to guide it, and I'm guiding it to get that tip up top for it to look like a tree. So I'm just rolling it in, and as you guys can see, I rolled it in just to see what it's going to look like. You're going to see me unfold it in a minute because it looks just how I wanted it to look. So now I'm going to unfold it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll it in again. You see that tip? You notice how I have my finger up top to guide it, and I'm just going to roll slowly and roll and roll. It's like roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the street. And once I get to the end, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to secure that with some hot glue. Now you can use a tape if you're not comfortable with this technique and you are afraid that it might unroll, because it does unroll. As you roll, then it will unroll. So you use your hot glue gun and you secure it, and then you just roll. Once I was done applying the hot glue gun, I just use my fingers to press along and make sure everything has a nice tight seal. So now you notice I go back in with my hot glue gun, and anywhere that has a little bulge, I'm just going to apply some glue there, and I'm just going to rub my finger across to make sure everything is smooth, because you want to make sure your surface or your cone / tree looks very smooth. So that's all I'm doing, rubbing my fingers, making sure everything is nice and tight. So I realized that there was a little bit of bulging at the side, so I went back in with my hot glue gun and I just secured that. So I'm just putting pressure with some hot glue and seal that in nice and tight right up top there. You want to make sure everything is sealed, guys. And there you go, that's it. We're all done with this cone. Are you guys enjoying this video so far? So now we're on to technique number 2. As you guys notice, in technique number 1, I used my pencil to create a compass. So for technique number 2, I am not using a pencil. So what I'm doing here, I am using my finger to guide the tip, and I'm just going to roll and roll, and we roll and we roll. Once we roll and we get everything and we have a nice tight seal and we have a tip, we're going to go ahead and we're going to apply some hot glue, and we're going to do so in roll and seal, just like that. Very simple. How easy was that? Now I know you guys are probably wondering, why did she do a technique number 1 and technique number 2? This is your preference, whichever works for you, so that's why I show both techniques that I know. But the reason I did this technique is because I want my cone to be bigger than the other one. And if I use my pencil to draw a compass, then it's kind of like really hard. So for me, I don't know if there's another way. If you guys do know another way, please go ahead and drop that in my comment section. So the reason why I did this, like I said, I want this cone to be big. So when I wrap everything, all I'm going to do is I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm just going to kind of flatten it out to get an idea of where I should start cutting. So notice I'm cutting, and I'm just going to try to keep my scissors as straight as I can, and I'm going to go all the way around. Now guys, I got to tell you, this technique looks very simple because I'm used to doing it. The problem is when you guys go ahead to try and do it, you might cut and cut and cut until you have no cone, because it's very hard to get the bottom of the cone straight and to get everything level to stand. So I think my technique is from sewing. Yes guys, I forget to mention, Shana know how to sew, so that's what I'm using, my sewing or cutting technique to cut the poster board. So when you slowly trim, if you notice I'm not making any big cut, I'm trimming slowly. You guys ready for this? Are you sure you're ready for this? Roll, roll, we're gonna roll the poster board, board, we're gonna fold the poster board, board, we're gonna... DJ, pull up. Menagi uno no more. For all my Jamaican peeps, that's what we say in Jamaica. Menagi no more. In America, we say that's enough. You're not getting any more. Boy, guys, I enjoy. I got a kick out of that. I hope you guys do. Type me a comment in the comment section and let me know if I should stick to crafting or I should think about or consider doing DJ. This one is way easier. The more you do it, the more you become really good at it. So that's it. You know, a little bit of trimming, and then we're all good to go with our poster board cone. Guys, I gotta tell you though, these cones are sold in the store for $9.99. Can you believe it? Now at a Dollar Tree, you get 2 of these poster boards for $1. So now we're on to the next step. This small container is a container that Fiona food comes in. She eats the Caesar dog food. I save her container and I use them for crafting. Of course, Shana don't throw away anything. So yes, here we go. So what I'm doing now, I'm just mixing in my glitter with some Mudpoge. And I'm going to use my popsicle stick and I'm going to mix that in. Yes, just mix around, like mix until everything dissolves out. It's like mixing Kool-Aid, guys. You dissolve the sugar in the water. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some rose gold. Guys, the package said rose gold, but this actually looked like blush pink. Boy, I got to tell you, the struggle was real with this bag. For some reason, it was hard to open. Like, I was fighting with the bag. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a teaspoon. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon and I'm going to just spread that inside the silver glitter that I already have, and I'm gonna mix that in. Stir, mix it in until everything dissolve out. Okay, now we're on to the next step. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a paintbrush and I'm gonna take generous amount, very thick amount, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to the cone. Now I know you guys might be wondering, why did she start from the bottom and not from the top? Well, I start from the bottom because that way I have something to hold on to. So you notice I'm holding on to the top. And that's just how comfortable I am. If it works for you to start from the top, then go for it. It's just better this way. And I'm just doing my applying my Mod Podge with my glitter, and I'm just using very thick amount. So I like this method because this way you have less mess. That's the number one goal here, because glitter get really messy. It's quicker, it's just so much easier, and you don't have to apply twice. Like, and hey, your house is not filled with glitter. Whenever doing this technique, you have to be quick because the Mod Podge dries really fast. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna apply some more glitter. Now this is this kind of sparkly glitter, and I'm just holding my cone over another bowl, and I'm just sprinkling my glitter. And I gotta be real quick doing this because it gets dry real fast, like I said, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you notice, I'm not wasting anything. Your girl is like pouring in a bowl, pouring it back out, and I'm just slowly going around and applying the glitter to give me a little bit of sparkly. So I'm just gonna keep doing that until the sparkly glitter is all done. I had some leftover glitter and I didn't want to waste it, so I decided to put it on these little cones with the leftover poster board I have. Guys, seriously, look at these cones. Doesn't it look like a birthday or a party hat? I think it looks like a party hat. It just needs a string around and we're all set to go. Maybe I should put it on Fiona for Christmas. What y'all think? Type me a comment in the comment section, let me know. So if you guys notice, the top of this cone has a different color. It's all silver, and on the bottom has the mixture of silver with the rose gold. I'm just trying out something here. I mean, who knows what it's gonna look like when it's dry? I think it's gonna look beautiful. Either way, it's still going in my house. So once I'm done applying the Mod Podge to my cone slash party hat, I'm just gonna put them to dry. Once my cones were dry, I went for my Mod Podge sealer spray in a semi-gloss finish and I spray over the cone. This will allow me not to have too much glitter over the house. It will seal that in. But I gotta tell you guys, while editing this video, I'm like, why am I spraying this much spray on 3 small cones? And this is what my sparkly Christmas cone tree turned out to look like. I used some of these to decorate my Christmas mantle. So if you're interested in seeing how I use some of these cones, just click on the iCard above and that will take you to that video, okay? Okay, so now we're on to the second cone. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm going to be using a pack of 400 jumbo cotton balls. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun and I'm just going to put a little dab of hot glue on the cone and I'm going to make a circle all the way around with the cotton ball. Now guys, this is going to take a lot of time for me to add all these cotton on, but as I go along, I end up figuring out a better technique and you will see as you watch along. But what I'm going to say now, this is just my idea. You do not have to use cotton. You can use fabric. You could use those snow, it's kind of like cotton, but not cotton ball, those bigger cotton, the snow cotton. You could use whatever you want to create this cone. I chose to use these small cotton ball because I'm going for a specific type of detail and style. After installing the first row of cotton ball, I noticed it was way easier for me to move from there because now the cone has something to grip on and my table is kind of smooth, so it's a little bit slippery. So as you see, you know, I'm just going along and every time I get to a certain dimension, I put the cone down to look at it because I want to make sure it's not like crooked, okay? So every time I get a circle around, I go in and I pat it down and make sure everything looks good. It kind of looks like a little Santa or elf hat. What do you guys think? It looks like a little hat. And it just gets easier as you go along, as you start figuring out how to apply. If you notice now I'm adding 3, 4, you know, it's just way easier at this point because you start figuring out the technique, it becomes easier. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. All the items that I'm using in today's DIY project will be in the description box below, so feel free to go ahead and check that out. I gotta tell you guys, this cone is super big. It's like hanging off my table. And that's why you notice you can't really see the full thing because it's so big. I think it gets up to my my thigh. And we're almost there. I just have a few more cotton to attach to that tip up top. It's already looking beautiful. I love this so far. I gotta say though, guys, this is very time consuming. You have to have time and patience. So make sure you have some time on your hand if you decide on doing this. And there we go. We're finally finished applying the cottons to the cone. Yay! Wait, I thought we were done. Oh no, we're not. We're about to add some berries. After looking at my cone, I said it needs something to make it pop. So I decided to use some of the berries from the Dollar Tree and go right in between each cotton and add some berries. So what I was doing at first, guys, I was trying to use my hot glue gun to hot glue on all these berries onto the tree, my cotton tree. But guys, it will take me forever, and I would use every glue stick there is in the store. So I came up with a better idea, just sticking them in between the cotton, because the cotton actually, what it does, it holds the berry. Now for storage, I don't know if they're gonna fall out, but for decorating right now it's totally fine with me, so I'm good. But if you want, you could figure a different way of securing your berries. For me, it works fine. It's not falling out, and the cotton holds them together. It's a foam. The berries are made of foam, so it kind of like stick to the cotton, you know. Question of the day. Do you think it was fun to add these berries? Type me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you think. You know what, guys? I have these cottons since last year. I was supposed to make this last year for Christmas, and I'm glad I did make it because guess what? I get to share with you guys this year. So yay! The thing is, I get all these ideas, but I have limited time to put them together, so you know. This turns out super cute. These silver decor, I made them last year Christmas. I do not know what they're called. I just created something. If you enjoy watching this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. Also, make sure you share this video with your friends and family. This way they won't miss out. Please go ahead and type me a comment in the comment section and let me know which one of these were your favorite and if you would try these. I love them both. I think they're both unique and they have their own style, and I just love them. Now y'all know what time it is. As I always say, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, be blessed.